Welcome to Star Wars Versus, a new mini-series where we're looking at different matchups within the Star Wars universe. This week we'll be looking at trooper-on-trooper action between the Republic Clone Troopers and Imperial Stormtroopers. We can imagine both are trained up to their respective faction standard and are placed in an empty environment to battle it out. Who wins? Well, that's what we're here to find out. Now before we get into this, I want to remind those who haven't yet to subscribe to this channel to stay up to date on all the latest videos along to not miss on any upcoming new content. Now on to the video. First we'll look briefly into the backgrounds of the two to properly analyze the battle scenario. Clone Troopers are the Republic's answer to a massive droid threat of the Separatist Alliance. They were mass-produced by the genetic template of the bounty hunter Jango Fett and represented the latest evolution in galactic warfare. Furthermore, the clones were each genetically enhanced in several different physical and mental attributes, making them far more superior to the average human. This was done as the clones' main objective was to go into war against an endless droid army. The clones would always be outnumbered by the droids, so they would have to make that advantage up with quality over quantity. Clones were also subjected to intense combat training exercises from birth in order to prepare them for the war against an emotionless foe. Those who failed this training were unable to become troopers, so the clone army expectations were held at a very high standard from the very beginning. Finally, clone troopers were very well equipped, being armed with the DC-15 blaster rifle and a DC-15A blaster rifle for long-range combat, as well as blaster pistols for standard range combat. They also wielded several different types of grenades, including electromagnetic pulse grenades and thermal detonators. Stormtroopers, on the other hand, were the Galactic Empire's answer to maintaining peace and fear over the galaxy after the Clone Wars. Unlike clones, Stormtroopers came in all different shapes and sizes along with combat experience. This is due to the fact that Stormtroopers were normal human beings, recruits and draftees. In addition, they did not all join at the same age. Recruits would join into the Imperial service as either adults or children. For the purpose of this matchup, we'll look at a Stormtrooper recruit who joined the Imperial Academy as a child. In the Imperial Academies, while troops would still need to undergo difficult training, it will be less so battle-related and more so obstacle-focused. This is due to the fact that Stormtroopers are not so much trained for war, unlike the Clone Troopers. At this time, the Empire already had a firm grasp over the galaxy, so the Stormtroopers were trained for other situations other than only for war combat. As for equipment, they had a utility belt with a grappling hook and thermal detonator attached to it, and primarily used the E-11 blaster rifle. However, they also occasionally utilized the DLT-20A laser rifle or a DLT-19 heavy blaster rifle. Like clones, Stormtroopers wore a white plastered composite worn over a black body glove, but the Stormtrooper armor had more faults to it. The plates on it made running harder and offered little protection against a direct blaster shot or a larger scale pulse detonations. In a direct battle, the Stormtrooper would likely be the first one to take a shot at his opponent, while the Clone Trooper would be far more calculating and agile, easily dodging the blasts. After taking cover, the clone would then likely start unleashing shots from his DC-15 onto the Stormtrooper with far better aim, all showcasing both his far greater training and enhanced physical features. The Stormtrooper would get shot down before he'd even get a chance to take cover. Thus, in a battle, Clone Trooper would hands down beat the Stormtrooper. In a nutshell, clones are smarter and physically superior. Clones themselves had little respect for the Stormtroopers as well, as Captain Rex once noted the inferiority of the Stormtrooper being part due to poor training and equipment, partly to blame for the Corps' decrease in operational effectiveness. And that's it for this episode of Star Wars Versus. Do you agree or disagree regarding the victor of this battle? Let me know in the comments down below and vote yourself for your Versus winner in the video poll. Also, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel for more Star Wars Versus and plenty of other Star Wars content. As always, I'll see you guys on the next one.